Oh, hello! Yes, we're having a bit of a Disney day today, hence the t-shirt. Now, today we're going to do my top 5 favourite Disney animated films. So please join in and wish upon a star.
Wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, anything your heart desires.
Hey, I'm Retro Ritchies sending all my love to long ago. We all love Disney. Anyone who says they don't love Disney is talking a load of poo-poo. Yeah. I can't think of any good word. He's lying, basically. We all love Disney. We all have our favourite Disney films. Some admit it, some don't. And do you know what? I think we all like Disney in some respect. People say that Disney's for children. I think that's a load of tosh. I don't believe that for a second. But I suppose that's each to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But I love Disney. I do like Disney. I love Disney animated films. I love Disney live action films. I just love Disney in general, and it makes me smile. It makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me want to punch something sometimes, especially if the films are terrible. But that's what Disney's supposed to be. The legendary Walt Disney created a world that is so magical that everybody loves. My niece and nephew love Disney. My friends' children love Disney. My friends' parents love Disney. I have a friend who nearly goes to Disney World or Disneyland any chance she gets, because it's one of the things that makes her smile. And I think that's what Disney did to a lot of people. It made them smile. And how did it make them smile? Through the work on animation and cartoons and the animated movies they did. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to tell you my top 5 animated Disney movies. These are just the animated classics, no live action. That'll be another time. It's just the animated classics that'll start from Snow White, ending Wreck-It Ralph, I think they're on now. Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Some of you who know me probably aren't surprised by what my number 1 is. Those of you who do probably will. I think I've got that the wrong way around, but you know what I mean. Anyway, without further ado, let's wish upon a star and check out what my 5 favourite Disney animated films are. Number 5, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yep, okay, so technically this should, just for merit of animated films, should be higher. But it's one of my favourites, it's just not my top favourite. But this is the film that started everything off. This was... To say this is a very special film is a very unappreciative way of speaking. This is... No one had ever done a full-length animated movie today. And even many people laughed at Walt Disney when he attempted that he wanted to do a full-length animated movie. Because it hadn't been done before. I mean, we're talking 1937 here, people, so you can kind of understand where they were coming from. But my God, did this film succeed more than I think Walt Disney could have ever comprehended. I recently went to San Francisco last year, and we went to the Walt Disney Family Museum just outside of San Francisco. And first thing you see when you go in is all the Oscars that Disney have won. And there it was right in front of me, the Oscar, the Bomb Big Oscar, and then the 7 Little Dwarf Oscars. Because this is how much this film made. I don't think animated films would still be going if Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs had failed. I personally don't. I mean, other people might think differently, but I don't think they did. I think Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs did a lot for animated films. This carved away, and it should be an honour to them. Number 4, Beauty and the Beast. Yes, no, we're talking the animated one, not the live action one. I have a few issues with the live action one, but we'll get to that another time. The animation one is magnificent. The animation is fantastic. The music by Alan Menken is superb. I mean, this is... it was music by Alan Menken and lyrics by Howard Ashman. Howard Ashman obviously died of AIDS during production on Beauty and the Beast. Managed to write all the songs first, and then sadly passed away. But what a lasting legacy that man left, especially in the songs for Beauty and the Beast, which he posthumously won an Oscar for, along with Alan Menken, another Oscar for Disney. Beauty and the Beast is brilliant. I mean, it needs to be dark when it's dark. It can be light and humorous when it wants to be. The amount of effort that got put into this film is just. It's one of the... You walk away knowing all the characters. You walk away knowing all the songs, what each character... My nephew, every time he watches Beauty and the Beast, he always asks, where's Beast gone? Where's Beast gone? And he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And that's what Disney animated films do. Beauty and the Beast is no exception. It was back in the 90s when they were having their golden era, should I say, where they were having hit after hit. And I think Beauty and the Beast was one of the best ones they released. Like I said, I'm not getting into the live action version. That's for another day. But I mean, and that ending just grabs you all the time. No spoilers, but the ending is fantastic. That was Beauty and the Beast. Number 3, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Yeah, my number 3 in this top 5 of my favourite Disney films, Peter Pan. Who doesn't love Peter Pan? Any version, but the Disney version, I think, got it really well. In fact, so well, in fact, that many Peter Pan versions that have been made since then have took inspiration from Disney's. I think Disney kind of set the benchmark, and everyone took it. Again, the songs are fantastic. There's action, there's adventure, there's comedy in it. The design of the characters are brilliant, so much so that when you see Peter Pan you expect the Disney version. I think it's a bit away from J.M. Barrie's original take, but it's Disney. You're going to have to expect that from a Disney standpoint. But the songs aren't as memorable, I don't think, as many Disney films. Some people are probably throwing things at the screen as I say that. But I don't think they are. I think You Can Fly is probably the best one out of there. But I think, again, the animation is the flows, the colours just stand off the screen. It's everything you want from a Disney film. And it tells a really good version of the Peter Pan story. You get that action, you can get that adventure, you get the sword fighting. I think this was one for the guys, really. Which, considering what my number 1 is, we need to have a few guys in it. Speaking of which, number 2, Basil the Grace Mouse Detective. Yeah, a lot of people are probably looking at me now going, what? Are you taking the... out of all the Disney films, that's number 2? Really? Yeah, this has been my favourite for ages. Just as I'm a Christmas Carol fan and a Peter Pan fan, I do like Sherlock Holmes. I do like watching different interpretations of Sherlock Holmes. And to see Disney give their spin on Sherlock Holmes without actually making a Sherlock Holmes is genius. I love the fact that Basil lives under 221B Baker Street. He lives in the mouse hole of 221B Baker Street. And I love the fact that at the beginning of the film you can hear Sherlock Holmes and Watson talking, and they've used recordings of Basil Rathbone to do it, and it's really brilliant. The character of Rattigan, voiced by Vincent Price, is one of the best Disney animated villains going. And the film is so underrated, it's unbelievable. When I talk about Basil the Grace Mouse Detective, people go, oh, I don't remember that one. Why? Because it's really good. Yes, unlike other Disney films, it is a slow starter, but the ending fight scene and the animation that went into the action scenes when the final fight at Big Ben comes, it is unbelievable. You even start to feel worried for the hero because they don't make him super strong. They make him just this everyday character. This could be anyone. He's not super powered. He's not the great fighter in the world. He's just a guy trying to do his best. And to be honest, he's an arrogant jerk. The main character is an arrogant jerk. And they put him out to be an arrogant jerk. And I think that's really good when they can make a main character who's really flawed. And I think they don't do that a lot in Disney. But yeah, like I said, the characters are fantastic. The animation at the end especially is superb. And it's just a very underrated Disney film. Number 1. Right, if you haven't guessed it from my t-shirt, and a lot of people who know me probably already knew this anyway, my favourite Disney film, animated film of all time, is The Little Mermaid. Yes, I know it's not very manly to say it, but it is. I like everything about The Little Mermaid. I love the design, the underwater world that they've created. I love the look of the characters, the look of Trident, the look of Ariel, the look of Flounder, the look of Sebastian. I love how they have these characters and like the whole world is designed and you could do anything. Ursula is, again, one of the great Disney villains. And the characters in this are so memorable and so loved that it stands off. The songs, again, by Alan Menken and Aaron Ashman, are some of the best songs Disney go. These guys were the two best people to follow on from the Sherman Brothers. You had the Sherman Brothers writing all these classics, and these were the Sherman Brothers of the 80s and the 90s. These guys, and even to the noughties, Alan Menken's still writing songs for Disney now. But Little Mermaid is fantastic. Yes, okay, the main character is very flawed, which again, like I said with Basil, the Great Mouse Detective, is a nice change. She is a whiny, spoiled little girl who just wants everything, and though yes, okay, you could argue that she doesn't really learn anything. I mean, right at the end she apologises, but she still gets everything she wants. Could be a bit of an argument, I suppose, but my God, do you just attach yourself to that character and you really want her to succeed? When she can't speak, you really feel for her and you really want her to be able to convey the emotion and the helplessness that she needs. By the way, Eric as the prince, he's probably one of the best princes going. I mean, if you look at the prince from Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, he says nothing. Sleeping Beauty, he says nothing, then gets captured. At least this guy has something about him. Okay, he's still maybe bland. I don't know what it is about Disney and princes, but they seem to make him just so bland and dull. At least this guy gets to do something. And it's not a love at first sight kind of thing. He doesn't fall in love with her at first sight. She kind of has to okay, maybe it takes a week, like, but that's quite a long time in Disney, let's be honest. But she has to work at it and she has to make him fall in love. It's not just love at first sight, which is a nice change again. Like I said, everything's brilliant. I love the design of the characters. I know Ariel was supposed to have been designed on Alyssa Milano. I don't know whether that's true or not. That's what I heard. But the characters are fantastically designed. The colours pop out at you when they're underwater and you see all the colours of the fish. When they do the Under the Sea musical number and you can see the different colours of all the fish swimming across, it's absolutely amazing. The songs are fantastic. It still makes me laugh today, knowing that at one point they were going to take out part of your world. I mean, this is this Muppet Christmas Carol thing all over again. Why would you take out part of your world? It's one of the better songs written for the film. But I digress anyway. But that's why I love The Little Mermaid. I really do like The Little Mermaid. Anyway, guys, that was my top 5 Disney animated classic films. I may do a top 5 Disney live action films. Why do I do 5? Because I generally can't be asked to do 10. That is the genuine reason. Till next time, see you soon. Wish upon a star for those days to come.